Hello guys, welcome back to my second part of the video. So now we are talking about his opinion of this situation and how he affects this stuff. Let's go in.
What I've found is that there's kind of this divide between employees and managers. When you're an employee and you're assigned to do something, you try to do it as best you've been shown, but if you hit a roadblock, you kind of stop and you go to your manager or supervisor and you say, hey, what do I do now? Now I've done.
So the point is, you're stuck in your job and you don't know what you need to do. So when you have a problem, you go to a boss. But you normally can think about the same problem and find a result, but because it's not inside your circle of confidence or your job title, you don't do it. So you go to your supervisor, and that's what he did.
That before. I've done it when I was a research assistant. I'd get some result, I didn't really know what was going on, and I'd just take it to my supervisor. The supervisor would say, oh, well, why don't you try this? And that suggestion that they made was always one that I knew. Or, I could have thought of if I just spent 5 minutes on it, or if I really wanted to achieve that goal. But instead, I just had this mentality like, I'm carrying out this task, and when I get stuck, I'm just going to ask someone else. There's a story that Tim...
And this is really a problem. You're stuck when you see something and you say, oh, I don't know what to do. So you don't do it more. You don't continuing working on this problem. You stop. And that's what the people in our society are thinking every time when they see a difficult situation. They're not thinking about a possibility way to come to this aim. They're thinking about, okay, that's not able for me to do, so I don't do it again, or I stop doing it. And now he comes to a really, really interesting point, so keep on watching.
Ferris tells. He's the guy who wrote The 4-Hour Workweek, which is a book I would recommend. But he went and visited this university, and he challenged the students that he was talking to. He said, look, I will give you $25,000 and a trip around the world for anyone who shows that they have made contact by some sort of signature or email or letter or something with either Jennifer Lopez, Bill Clinton, who I think at the time was the president, possibly, and J.D. Salinger, who's the most reclusive writer of all time. And did anyone do it? Nope. Not a one.
So the point here is that you have like a very high aim to contact a very famous person, and it seems to be very difficult for a student who don't have like the knowledge, who don't have the contacts or stuff to contact such a famous person. And because of this situation that they seeing them unable to do this, they didn't even start it. They didn't even try it, because the past of their life said there is no possibility for me to do it, to reach these kind of persons, because they are so far away and so high VIPs that I don't be able to contact them. And now see what is the result.
Now the following year, he went back to the same university, and in addition to making the challenge, he told them the story from the previous year, that no one had actually done it. No one had really tried. In that year, 6 people actually achieved his challenge. The point being, you need to find a way around the learned helplessness mentality, the employee mentality.
So why are these students are more able to do something than the other ones? Because the first ones are like the dogs from my first video, who get their shocks and they are not able to do anything against these shocks. They are out of control of the situation. The other people, the second students, are starting with the same situation, that they are not controlling the contact to the VIP persons, but because they are knowing that they are fault and they failed with this problem, they see the opportunity to make it better than they, because they try to. They try to be better than the last group. It's like they're forcing themselves to be the best one. And so there are 6 people who tried it, and I think this is very, very good.
And find a way to realize that things that seem impossible can be accomplished. if you really accept that you have control of these things, that it's not outside of your control. And maybe a question we should ask is, does our school system promote learned helplessness? Do we force kids to suffer punishment that they really can't change time and time and time again, and then we expose them to a world and say, now you go out and do what you want to do? I think to a certain degree we are doing that, you know?
So, talking about school and the school system, we can continue in part 3 from this video series, and we can talk about what do you think about this stuff, and let's see in the future video what are your opinions and what my opinions are. See you soon. Goodbye.